Your boy went and did something today. Let's get into it.
Boo! You suck!
What's going on, everybody? It's Volunteer Collector, BTC, Volunteer, whatever you want to call me. And so I quit my job last night. I walked out. I have major issues about my shift lead, and he smarted off to me for the last time. I no longer needed that job. And I decided last night would be my final night at that place. So it is what it is. But on the way today to quit the right way, turn in my uniforms, my radio, my badge, anything I borrowed from other departments that wasn't really mine and I really had no business taking with me, I returned it and left it on my manager's desk. So on my way out, I decided on my way back home, I would stop by Haven Comics in Madison, Alabama. Shout out to Haven Comics. Nice, quaint little shop, a little on the cozier side. Not the biggest shop in the world, but they have plenty to offer, plenty of vintage comics, plenty of current comics. They really deal in current comics as really the bulk of their inventory. Mainly the 2000s and up to today, what's on shelves today. But they do have dollar bins of older issues, and they even have they have a stand in the back of like actual vintage comics that would fetch a pretty penny. I don't know if they have like mega super books in that stand, but you know they've got silver and bronze age books for sure on that stand, and then they've got, you know, a slab wall on the back, the real valuable stuff behind the cash register. So they have all kinds of comics. They don't really do much in toys. I think they do some Dungeons and Dragons, some tabletop stuff. But that's about the bulk of their stuff. Good little quaint store. If I'm ever in the area, I stop by. If I have money, I happen to have money. So this first bag was from Haven Comics, and I only picked up 3 books. I picked up Deceased, War of the Undead Gods 6. I picked up Wolverine 30 from Volume 3. I picked up Wolverine 16 from Volume 3. I wish I had put these in the CLZ app before I made my trip, because I ended up double buying these issues. Kind of aggravating, but that's just part of it sometimes when you're run feeling, you know, especially a long run, you're going to double buy from time to time. I just want to get my books in order before I show you my next haul. And while I'm doing that, I will add that the little man and I've had a cull bag. Periodically, I just cull. I take all my double bought issues, anything I feel out of love with that I'm ready to get rid of, any video games that I might be out of love with that I want to move, any trades. I'm trying to move away from trade paperbacks and either do single issues, digital reading, or omnibus of everything. That's just kind of what I'm doing. I'm phasing out trade paperbacks, except for stuff I absolutely care about, like Demon and Hitman and Lobo. I will buy trade paperbacks of those characters and their material, but outside those 3 characters, you know, even like Wolverine, I would rather have an omnibus or the single issues or read it digitally. That's just kind of the mode I'm in. But we went to Total Nostalgia, and I took a loot bag, 2 Nintendo 64 games that I had doubles of, because I took in my sister's collection, and had 2 doubles of WCW NWO Revenge and Star Fox 64. So had those in the loot pile. Then I just had all my any current books I just didn't care about, just books. And any of my double buy books I had in that pile. Came out to about $45 store credit when we turned it into Total Nostalgia down there in Trinity, Alabama. It's, I don't even know if it's 2 miles from the house. It's a real convenient location. I wish the owner would get into new comic books so I could have a pull list somewhere. Literally, I can't quite walk there, but just literally within a stone's throw of my house. That would be awesome. And then this is the stack. I murdered their Wolverine section. And let's get into it. It's quite the haul. First up, I got Wolverine 14. Now, 99% of the Wolverine books I bought were from Volume 3. And then here's the Wolverine 16. I double bought. Could have saved myself $6 right there off the bat. Wolverine 17. Wolverine 20. Wolverine 23. Now, I want to make an exception here. This is an artist that I routinely dump on. I don't think he's that good of an artist. But this specific cover right here, this might actually be the best cover I've ever seen John Romita Jr. do. Is it an all-time cover? No. But for John Romita Jr., I mean, I would actually consider getting him to sign this because it's literally the only cover I've ever seen John Romita Jr. do since changing his art style that has ever impressed me. And that's Wolverine 24. I mean, I've just never seen a Wolverine cover that I thought was... I mean, I've never seen the John Romita Jr. cover since changing his art style that I thought was, excuse my French, worth a damn. But I do like Kick-Ass in that series, and John Romita Jr., I think that's his creator-owned series along with Mark Millar. We've got Wolverine 25. This is Wolverine 29. I believe I double bought 25, which is aggravating because, you know, I could have saved anywhere from $6 to $15 just from the double buys when I went to insert everything into CLZ. For some reason, I'll just continue with the books, and I'll jabber on afterwards. But yeah, Wolverine 40. Wolverine 41. Change of pace for the art here, but it is cover A. Wolverine 61. This is still Wolverine Volume 3, but it's Dark Wolverine 89. Somewhere in the continuity of Volume 3, I don't know what happens to Logan, but Daken takes over and dons the mantle of Wolverine. And so the series then becomes titled Dark Wolverine. But it's still within the Volume 3 continuity, or canon, I should say. And then I got here another fantastic Jay Lee cover. I found one issue of Wolverine number 4. One issue of Wolverine Volume 4, and that is actually issue 4. So that was nice. And after all that, well, I'll talk at the end. I was able to put together a run that I've been seeking for a long time. For the last couple of years, I've gotten into Space Ghost. Shout out to Eugene Malo. I remember Space Ghost from my childhood, being in my 30s. The Space Ghost, I remember Space Ghost Coast to Coast and Cartoon Planet and The Brak Show, things of that nature from the late 90s and early 2000s. And it's such a shame Space Ghost is now taken off of HBO Max. That broke my heart to learn that Space Ghost was taken off HBO Max. I was up to like season 5 and just loving every episode. But I finally saw, every time I would see issues in this run, I never wanted to buy them. I wanted to be able to piece the set together all at once, because I knew once I bought them, I was going to quickly want to read the story. I've read Cliff Notes of this run, and apparently it goes in depth with Space Ghost, and it's a really good story from what I understand. And it is none other than the Joe Kelly, Ariel Olivetti, and Alex Ross. I feel like Alex Ross is due major credit on here because these beautiful Alex Ross covers. This is one of the greatest Space Ghost covers of all time, in my opinion. There's Space Ghost 1. Here's Space Ghost 2. And it's funny, this is a second Charles issue that happened to find its way to Total Nostalgia, so I probably held this issue in my hand at one point. This next cover used to be the background for my phone until I found some great pictures of my kids to put as my background. But Space Ghost 3. Space Ghost 4. Space Ghost 5. And last but not least, I found every issue but issue 6 for a while I was at Total Nostalgia, and I was like, I'll keep these 5 issues in mind. If I find a number 6, we're pulling the trigger. We're going to pull it out and complete the run and bring it on home. And a bin or two later, I found issue 6. I went back, recovered the 5 issues to complete the run, and I put some things back as I was trying to figure out what we were going to spend money on. You know, I was buying things for Little Man as well. He got like some Minecraft slime. He got a Beanie Baby. They sell Beanie Babies for like $2. And he loves Beanie Babies, so why not spend $2, right? And then we got him a $10 Pikachu stuffy, as he calls them, stuffed animal. He's just getting into Pokemon, and I'm trying to feed that fire, get him into some kind of fandom. And I think Pokemon's catching on. But yeah, I was thrilled to piece together this run. This is probably the number one. Probably the number one run outside of Lobo, Demon Hitman, Wolverine that I've been looking for. It's that Space Ghost run with Joe Kelly, Alex Olivetti, and Alex Ross doing those beautiful, beautiful Space Ghost covers. That is another goal of mine. It's more of a passive hunt, you know. I feel like Gene Marlowe is the Space Ghost guy in the community, so I'll give him the title of biggest Space Ghost fan in the community. But yeah, I feel like I'm right there with him. I really love Space Ghost. I've since gone back and have watched several of the Hanna-Barbera Space Ghost cartoons from the 60s, and I enjoy those. But nothing will make up for Space Ghost Coast to Coast. I just love that cartoon. I wish I could find like a DVD set of Cartoon Planet. There's some funny. I mean, I know it's Space Ghost. It's like a meta cartoon show of Space Ghost showing other cartoons. So it might be weird to find a DVD of that, but I would just to see more scenes of Space Ghost interacting with Moltar and Zorak. I brain farted there. Zorak just would be great. So I'm just jazzed. You know, I got the fire again. It's probably going to be the last haul video for a while. I've bought a lot of comic books lately, at least for me. You know, once I went to that toy expo and it just ignited the fire in me. I decided to see what Haven had. Haven didn't have a lot. I ended up double buying those issues in one day. In the same day, I double bought 16 and 30. That's like $6 I didn't have to spend at Total Nostalgia. And then I think I double bought 25, so that's like $9 right there I didn't have to spend. Pretty aggravating, but they'll just go in the double buy pile for the next round of loot I take to Total Nostalgia in a few months for, you know, I usually average about a $50 store credit every time I go, which is really nice. I can buy a lot of books and I can get things for little man and it not take a big hit to the bank account. You know, I'm just so jazzed today though that today is one of the feeling I had seeing all these Wolverine issues. Just like I had so much adrenaline pumping. I was so excited. I was sweating looking through, just pulling out like, oh, don't have this. Oh, don't have this. I had CLZ open, you know, right there. Just, oh, don't have this. Oh, don't have this. Oh, I was just incredible because this is one of the biggest, most daunting goals I set for myself when I decided to start purchasing Wolverine comic books 8 to 10 years ago. I wanted every single Wolverine ongoing, and I'm now 6 issues away. None of them are key issues. I'm now 6 issues away from completing Wolverine Volume 1 through Volume 6. I've already got 1, 2, 5, and 6 already complete. In fact, I need 5 issues. I need 2 issues. I need issue 1 and issue 1000 from Volume 4, and then I need issue 72, 1 in the 60s, and then like 1 in the 40s, I think. And I'm done. I've completed my original goal, because at the time I made this, I believe Volume 5 was on shelves when I originally made the goal. So I'm just so close. I'm now 5 issues away from completing my original goal of having every Wolverine ongoing collected, and then we got to read the darn things. I've read Volume 1. We're in the process of reading Volume 2. I need to get on Volumes 3 and 4 for sure. So much reading. I've read Volume 5 and 6. I read them as they were coming out on shelves. And now 7 is out. Wolverine that is on shelves right now is Volume 7. And I'm up to like issue 20. I'm somewhere between 20 and 25. I'm about a year behind on Wolverine. Which isn't terribly bad considering, you know, I'm just going to be paying cover price, or hopefully less than cover price for these issues. Shouldn't be too hard to catch up, you know, with a year's worth of books. And then I don't really know where I'm going to go forward with Wolverine. All that's really left for me to complete everything I've ever wanted with Wolverine. I mean, I guess I could get into like the ancillary stuff like Weapon X or The Best There Is, or I'm also collecting his Alpha Flight appearances. I'm also collecting his Marvel Comics Presents series. I had Marvel Comics Presents #1 in my hand. Was going to take it home today, but I decided to put it back. It was a $5 book, and I wanted to make more room for volume 3 and 4 today. That's more pressing for me. All that's really left that I would want, there's the big Uncanny X-Men keys I could go after. I don't see myself hunting down Uncanny X-Men. That's just such a long run. And it technically goes all the way back to X-Men 1, which is a comic book I'll never have unless I win it in a giveaway or something. So I would probably just go after the Wolverine keys in Uncanny X-Men. I mean, there's Kitty Pryde and Wolverine, that mini series. I've already got Death and Return of Wolverine. I feel like those are important landmark issues to have. I need to clean up the X Lives of Wolverine, X Deaths of Wolverine, and that patch series that came out. This was all in 2021 or 2022. Or maybe this past summer. Maybe it was 2023. I can't remember. But yeah, there's that. And then, of course, the Holy Trinity, Hulk 180, Hulk 181, and Hulk 182. I may go after 180 and 182, but unless just the bottom falls out and I can find a mid-grade Hulk 181 for like $500, which that was a possibility for me back in the day, but I could not swing $500. I just didn't have the discipline for that, and I was, even now today, I've just always been about quantity over quality. I'm more of a run filler than I am a key collector. Keys come with run filling. I acknowledge that, and I'm not against buying keys, I own plenty of key comic books, but I have a whole box of key comic books right there, but I just don't know if I'll ever own Hulk 181. And then there's Giant Size X-Men. I don't know if I'll ever own that comic book, back when you could get a decent grade copy of Giant Size X-Men for like $700. That probably, if it was still that price today, that would be something I would consider setting up a savings plan for. But I just don't see myself pursuing Giant Size X-Men 1. I've just got so many more goals I'd rather hit than just put all my money into one book. And then there's Wolverine Volume 2, issue 102.5. It's a recalled issue, and eBay sells that thing for like $400 to $500. Again, if it was Hulk 181, I would definitely pursue a $500 Hulk 181 complete with a value stamp. But for 102.5, an ancillary issue, and I already own every single other issue, including all the annuals, including -1 and half in Volume 2. I don't really have to have it. I don't lose sleep at night not having that ancillary issue. So I don't really know where I'll go with Wolverine once I reach this monumental goal, other than getting caught up to current Wolverine and just staying caught up and read up on Wolverine. And I think that'll be about it. Yeah, I'm gonna get off here. My wife should be getting out of the bath anytime now. I'm gonna go do some husbandly duties. Thank you guys, as always, for watching, subscribing, liking, all that good stuff. I don't know if I said this earlier, but this will probably be the last haul video for the next 2 to 3 weeks. The next check I'm getting from work. I skipped Tuesday, and then I quit halfway through yesterday's shift. So the next check is going to be garbage. I'm probably just going to be enough to pay for gas money, and then I'm going to be switching over to my new job October 23rd. So it's going to be a while before the good money hits, but when it hits, we're gonna hit the ground running. But next couple of weeks, all videos are gonna be pretty slow. Again, gonna get back. You know, I got this fire in my belly. I really am going to try and prioritize finding some time to get back reviewing Wolverine Volume 2 and getting to issue 20 and maybe having a discussion episode after that. And I'm about to, you know, now that I quit, I got some extra days. I need to start watching WrestleMania 9 and WrestleMania 10 and start writing them notes down and getting those podcast episodes ready for you guys. I know some people that aren't as much into comics come to the channel for the WrestleMania stuff, and that's great. And I welcome any of you guys to the channel, to Bottom Tier Collects. I'm just rambling. I'm tired. Again, thank you guys all for the support. Until next time.